Welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk everything lifestyle. Are you coming to London? I've got 10 important tips for you. This London 101 course is going to help you navigate London easily and as well as save you a little bit of embarrassment.
This video on Lifestyle with Fifi is sponsored by Come Study International.
Tip 1. The bridge drive on the left. If you're coming from a country like my country Ghana, that drive on the right, being out of the streets of London could be dangerous as the brakes drive on the left. You can easily be knocked down by a car, but this tip will make you safe on the streets of London. Luckily enough, most streets in London have markings showing whether to look left or right. So whenever you are crossing the road, look out for which side of the road you should look before you cross. Tip 2. If you don't have a contactless card, you will need an Oyster card. Traveling within London can be inexpensive if you follow this simple tip and get an Oyster card as soon as you land in London. Since there are no cash transactions on the bus or trains, using an Oyster card lets you pay for just the distance that you travel on. The underground train, the district line, the overground train, national railway trains, the bus, the tram and other TfL services compared to the higher flat rates. But to remind you, London transport fares are in zones from zone 1 to zone 6, and there are some areas out of zones that you will require a ticket to travel on certain railway lines. In order to avoid any fine, make sure to know the right tickets to use. For example, I reside in Feltham, which is in zone 6. The station after Feltham will require a ticket, not an Oyster card or contactless card for my journey. Tip 3. When traveling on those beautiful iconic double-decker buses in London, make sure to use the top of the buses. It's going to give you some great, amazing views and beautiful scenery of London. Tip 4. Tips are not mandatory. Some restaurants in London add a certain percentage to their bill as a service charge that is meant to cover the services provided by the waiting staff. Even so, if you feel particularly pleased by the service received at an eatery or do not see any other service charge on your bill, you may go ahead and leave a 10 to 15% tip. Tip 5. Shop during the weekday. London got a lot of luxurious brands, of which most of them are around the Oxford Street, but it can be very overcrowded during the weekends. So I would advise you to shop during the weekdays to have the best shopping experience.
Thinking of studying abroad? Then Come Study International is there to help you through that journey. Our services include university placement abroad, student visa counselling, summer schools or exchange program. We also recruit for Football Academy. We also organise our annual educational fair where we bring all our partner universities under one roof to speak to our perspectives. Students who have plans to study abroad. If you have plans studying abroad, I will encourage you to visit Come Study International. Colour your world, unlocking possibilities.
Tip number 6. Stand on the right side of the escalator. This is an oldie tip, but very, very important to a lot of Londoners who are on the go. They need the left side of the escalator to walk on. So if you are in London and you are not in a hurry, please use the right side of the escalator to stand on so that the Londoners can use the left side to walk on. Always carry a universal adapter. The UK uses a Type G 240 volts for most of its appliances. Make sure to bring a universal charger so that you can use it for your phones and accessories. Preferable purchase these universal chargers at your destination so that you don't get to buy it much expensive here in London. Tip 8. Always carry an umbrella. UK is noted for its notorious weather, and it can rain at any time of the day, so I would advise you to always carry an umbrella when going out. And from November to mid-March, there's a possibility of snow, so I'll advise you to carry some extra clothing when going out because you might find yourself out in the snow. Tip 9. Use the Citymapper than the Google Map. It gives you a lot of options of which way to go to. It gives options like how you can stay out of the rain because it rains a lot here in London. It will also give you the nearest stations, be it bus or train stations around you. So I'll advise you to use the Citymapper. So lastly, the Brits use pound as their currency, and the slang word for pound is quid. So if you hear of someone saying 20 quid, it means 20 pounds. In my goodie bag today, I have some facts you should know about London.
Over 300 languages are spoken in London. According to research, there are more than 300 languages spoken in London, making it the most linguistically diverse city in the world. The top 5 non-English languages reportedly spoken are Polish, Turkish, Bengali, French, and Punjabi. London was once the capital of 6 countries at the same time. In World War II, London served as the governing capital for other European countries which were conquered by Germany. The leaders of Norway, Poland, Belgium, France, and the Netherlands stayed in London between 1939 and 1945. The smallest city in England is London. The City of London is actually about 1.2 square miles in size, otherwise known as a square mile, and it has a population of roughly 7,500 people. On the contrary hand, Greater London is a 606 square mile area of England that is home to around 8.7 million people. London is considered a forest. There are almost as many trees in London as there are people. According to a UN definition, any area that has at least 20% trees is considered a forest. And trees cover around 21% of the land in London, making the city an urban forest. In fact, 8.6 million people are known to live alongside 8.3 million trees. London buses were not always red. Red buses are for sure the most typical thing that your mind associates with London. The iconic vehicles didn't always have this colour. Once upon a time, each of them had a different colour, with each colour signifying a different route. To stand out the competition, the biggest company of buses, London General Omnibus Company, decided to paint their buses with the red colour in 1907. Ever since then, London buses have been red. Big Ben isn't really called Big Ben. Sorry to burst your bubble, but that iconic London tower you've been calling Big Ben isn't really called Big Ben. Actually, the clock in the tower is the one that is called Big Ben. In honour of the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, the famed tower name was changed from Clock Tower to Elizabeth Tower in 2012. The world's oldest underground rail network is in London. The first public transportation system to use steam engines was the London Tube. On January 10, 1863, the Metropolitan line's first segment from Paddington to Farringdon opened. 5 years later, a second underground line went into operation. Metropolitan number 23 is the oldest surviving steam locomotive, and it is on display at the London Transport Museum.
we come to the end of London 101 tips, and I hope these tips are going to help you easily navigate through your journey and your stay here in London, and also save you a little bit of embarrassment. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like the video, sharing is caring, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. It's nice to be important, but very, very, very important to be nice. See you again next time. Bye.
This video was brought to you by Come Study International.